Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera madam. My name is Tuan Nur Amira Safia binti Tuan Almadi. My matrix number is 2022908005 and I will present about the vision, mission, the organizational chart and the workflow of input process of scanning. The vision of our Ecoworld company is the brand is about the pursuit of better, creative ways to complete people living experiences. Next, the mission of our Ecoworld company, which first to create world-class eco-living by consistently exceeding expectation with products and services. Next, continuously increase the bar of excellence through cross-border collaboration across Ecoworld. Next, the organizational chart of Ecoworld company. Firstly, the board of directors, which is the president, is Mr. Ahmad Haziq Zainuddin. Next, our vice president, Ms. Nur Akilah Solihah Azli Syam. Next, our senior independent non-executive director, Ms. Nur Syabila Cik Safri. Me, Tuan Nur Ahmad Safiatul Almadi, as a independent non-executive director, and our managing director, Ms. Nur Amali Izzati Rosli Izmin.
Our company aims to strike a balance between urbanization and environmental preservation, incorporating sustainable design, energy efficient filters, and green space in our development. We prioritize the use of renewable energy source, water conservation measure, and eco-friendly construction material to minimize our environmental impact. There are some common clients of Ecoworld Development Group, which is home buyer, investor, corporate client, government agency, and lastly, joint venture partner. There are top 3 successful projects in Ecoworld. Firstly, Ecoworld generate 1.25 billion ringgit Malaysia in sale in the 4 months following MCO. Secondly, Ecoworld International report its first financial success with an Australian project. Lastly, a publicly traded Malaysian firm with a concentration on building homes in Australia and United Kingdom is the process of digitizing material document, photo or object utilizing an objective input scanner is known as digitization. It entails extracting the information from the source material and turning it into electronic file that can be saved, edited and viewed on a computer or other digital gadget. In digitization, object input scanning is important for the following reasons, which are equipment, image capture, resolution, file form, lastly storage and organization. There are various advantages of using objective input scanning in digitization, including the preservation of previous material, quicker access and sharing of information, reduce physical storage space, and the opportunity to use digital tools for analysis, manipulation, and hashing of digitized content.
Has the benefit of maintaining original source material while requiring less handling, protecting it from damage or theft. So, it is important to follow strict specification and best practice while thinking about digitalization of projects or programs. Next is company's strategic plan for digitization project. Implementing a digitization process in response to a client request is frequently an effective strategy since users are extremely open to the digitalization of company service. It is important to understand the business objective before begin any digitization project or program. The organization's aims should guide the team's approach to digitization, whether it's to assess or safeguard current assets or to rehouse the corporation's asset. After establishing the company's digital transformation strategy and outlining the project's specific objectives, the next step is to evaluate the organization's current technology setup, digital prowess, and operational procedure which help in locating areas that require digital-related development or change. Besides, the progress of digitalization necessitates new working practice for employees. We must demonstrate excellent educational judgment to persuade employees to accept this change. Training the staff on how to utilize this new technology is essential. The strategic plan for a digitization project acts as a roadmap, directing the organization through the various steps of change. It determines the required technology investment, lays out the process to be followed, sets performance measures for assessing success, and ensure alignment with the broader vision and goals of the company. This is the digitization workflow. As we can see, the first phase is document analysis and receiving. It is where the content needs to be digitalized, such as written document, images, audio, or video recording. Next, for document preparation, we have to examine and evaluate the material's physical condition. If required, we must to carry out the preservation and conservation procedures. For easy handling and in identification, arrange and label the goods. The third step is document scanning. In this part, we must use the right scanning tools or equipment to turn physical artifact into the digital data. Next step is indexing and data entry. Data entry is the act of entering or transferring information from analog or physical source into a digital format. Indexing entails developing descriptive metadata or indexing words to help with the organization, retrieval, and discovery of the digital material. It allows user to find specific item inside a collection or database. For quality control, we check for correctness and completeness in the scanned photos or digital files. Look for any flaws or artifact in the scanning process. Lastly is creating a digital files that are organized, indexed, and searchable to make it simple to retrieve. Information is referred to as producing searchable indexing files. It enables user to use a quick and simple method to find and retrieve essential information inside a collection of digital files.
The benefit of implementing digitization is the first one is data feasibility. It determines if the proper system would break any rules, such as the need that all data processing systems comply with local data protection legislation. The second one is business care. The business care provides an examination of the business environment, including but not limited to a description of the anticipated users, the nature of the digitization project, how payments are currently processed if applicable, and the current and projected volume and timing of transaction. The third one is maintain metadata administrative. Technical, descriptive, and structural metadata are the four types of metadata. Because each of these components is required to form a complete metadata architecture, they must all be present for long-term preservation. Selection issue. If an electronic record cannot be kept for the whole of its intended life cycle, it is not completely fit for purpose. It's a good idea to limit the number of various file formats to a minimum when dealing with a large collection of electronic documents. The last one is management feasibility. Managerial feasibility is determined by a number of essential elements, including employee involvement, demonstrated management availability and capacity, and commitment. Implementing digitization, the first one is data security. The increased danger of security breach is one of the main issues with digitalization. Businesses are becoming more vulnerable to assault from hackers as they keep more data online, making them more open to access. Second one is data loss. In the digital age, different data in business systems are valuable and need to be secure. Due to technological issues, system flaws, or insufficient backup process, digitization raises the risk of data loss. The next one is plagiarism and copyright. Organizations must be aware of plagiarism and copyright infringement risks while embracing digitalization. And the last one is data privacy risk. Data privacy must be the most important thing to be aware of when managing your business toward growth and innovation. Is the technology risk. In the process of implementing digitization, technology risk is an important consideration. It refers to the potential risk of utilizing technology that eventually becomes outmoded or unsupported, resulting in higher maintenance costs, compatibility problems, and a loss of competitive edge. Element of digitalization is project planning. Is an effective project should be planned out concerning the company's broader digital transformation and business objective. The second one is equipment and infrastructure. Digital infrastructure allows linked companies to run, develop, innovate, and satisfy customer demand. The technological infrastructure that is suitable for digitization is needed. The last one is storage and preservation. Storing papers digitally allows us to keep important data using less physical storage space. To save space and improve accessibility, we can scan all documents into the system. Next one is digitization process. The digitization process is essential for the processing, storing, and transfer of data. It enables the efficient transmission and combining of information of all sorts and in all forms. The last one is access and retrieval. These steps include searching for and acquiring specific information from online digital sources in order to find pertinent information based on user queries. It requires using a variety of tools, techniques, and search strategies.
Besides, Ecoworld also provided the candidates that want to work as document controller at the company with a form for them to fulfill for the application. This is an example of the application form that was made by Ecoworld. At the top of the page, some requirements have been set by the Ecoworld company. There are 4 sections in this form. In the first section, the candidates need to fulfill their full name, date of birth, and other information that is related to them which must be filled. The second section is about their educational background. This section is about their educational background, which included their secondary, tertiary, and number of years completed. The candidates also must fill out the CGPA, cumulative grade point average, question with their current CGPA achieved. In the third section of Ecoworld's job application form, Ecoworld provided the candidates with questions regarding to their strengths and skills. The candidates need to choose the language, communication, and IT skills based on their abilities. The last section is about their experience and also employment history. The candidates must write if they have any experience in any field and also about their employment history. The candidates also need to submit their certificates. The certificates must be at least 10 for each candidate. After the candidates submit their application, this will appear on their screen. The candidates should wait for the interview session after the applications have been accepted and seen by the management. So here is the analysis of responses from the Google Forms application from the Google Sheets. Next, folders for candidate certificates and Google Form responses. The certificates and job application responses from the candidates were collected and moved into 2 folders, which were specially made for the documents. The reason for moving the documents into their folder is to make the management works easy to view and make them as a record of the application. So folder 1, Candidate Certificates of Ecoworld Job Application. This folder is for the collected certificates from the candidates who submitted the job application at the Google form that was provided by Ecoworld management. Each of the candidates must submit a minimum of 10 of their certificates. Here is an example showing the certificates that were collected from the candidates who applied. The second folder that is provided contains the Google Form responses from the candidates who apply for the job application. Ecoworld has collected 5 responses from the candidates. Here is an example of the candidates' responses in the Google Form application from the question given.
Next, we have the workflow of input process of scanning, and here we can see the workflow of how the certificate be scanned.
The next one is scanning. Scanning, often known as imaging, is the process of acquiring an exact image of a material in a digital image format. A scanner is a piece of equipment used to digitize image from digital prints, poster, book page, and other resources for computer editing and viewing. Benefit of scanning. The first one is digitization. Once scanned, a document scanned picture can be stored as a file on a computer. A variety of apps may be used to modify this file. The second one is save space. As office space becomes increasingly expensive and valuable, many organizations will weigh both the actual cost of storage and the potential earning power if the space is offered. The last one is increased security. To securely keep the digital content online, a document management system that controls access to authorized personnel might be utilized.
There are several platforms that use to store scanned documents in the Ecoworld company. Here are some commonly used ones by Ecoworld, such as Adobe Document Cloud. Adobe Document Cloud provides a cloud-based platform for storing and managing scanned documents. It allows to create PDF files from scanned documents and store them securely in the cloud. Next, Google Drive. This is a popular choice for storing scanned documents as well. It provides a convenient way to upload, organize, and access scanned files in the cloud. Ecoworld can create a folder specifically for scanned documents and use Google Drive search and sharing features to manage the files effectively. Google Drive allows Ecoworld to store scanned documents by uploading them to the Google Drive storage. Lastly, Microsoft OneDrive. OneDrive can be used to store scanned documents. It allows Ecoworld to upload scanned files to the account and access them from various devices. OneDrive seamlessly integrates with other Microsoft applications such as Microsoft Office, making it convenient for managing scanned documents alongside other files.
This is our first page, which is a login page. To use the system, the user must sign in with their ID and password, and this is our login form. And there are three buttons, which are sign in, sign up, and apply for a job. Sign in button is only available for existing user who have an account in our system, and sign up button is for a new user who are using the platform for the first time, and apply job button is for anyone who are interested in working in our company. Okay, this is our sign up page, which is for our new user. The new user must fill out this registration form if they want to have access to our system. Applicants must also register to apply for the position, and they also can submit their resume by clicking an upload button in this page. So this is our application form page. If a potential employee is interested in joining our team, they must complete this application. There are 5 buttons in this page, which are education details, upload certificate, edit, delete, and submit. For education details button, they have to list their educational background. For upload certificate button is where the candidate must upload their educational certificate. So for edit button, it allows the applicants to make change to their application form. Delete button, clicking this option will allow the applicants to remove the information that they have provided in the application form. This is our upload certificate page, which are After selecting the button selection on the application form, the certificate page will show up. Candidate must upload their certifications or certificates on this page. So to use this page, they have to click on upload button. That will direct them to the certificate folder and click save button to save the certificate in data and click back to return to the application form. Once the application form has been fully filled out and submit button has been clicked, this page will be displayed. This is our user menu page. This page serves as the user's main menu where staff member may review potential employee application, and there are two buttons in this page which are list of applications and list of scanned certificate. When the list of application button is clicked from the staff main menu, this site will appear. The information on this site is intended to be easily accessible by staff. The staff can check their candidate application data through this site. So this is our list of scanned certificate page where user or staff member can provide or open the URL to access the form and submit their credential according to their specialties. So this is an example of certificate that may be viewed by clicking on the shared link in the list of scanned certificate page.
As a conclusion, digitization is the automation of existing manual and paper-based processes enabled by the digitization of information from an analog to digital format. In performing digitization, there are also risks and benefits. Digitization is critical for data processing, storage and transmission since it allows all types of information in all formats to be conveyed efficiently and integrated. Digitization helps many businesses make their tasks easier and quick when performing them. Every business should practice this digitization to make their work faster and safe. That's all from us. Thank you.